What's up guys, Damien here, and in this video I'm going to go through the one superpower that I would want to have as an entrepreneur, and then at the end I'm going to tell you about two ways that I'm using and practicing on a daily basis that helps me to build this skill. I am 25 years old and have a SaaS company. We're doing about 30,000 per month, and in this channel I am going to kind of take you through the journey, the mindset, and skills that I'm building in order to build this company into an 8-figure business. Now, the one skill that I would want to have as an entrepreneur and currently working on developing is willpower. So, what is willpower? Well, let me just walk you through a little analogy that I learned from one of my mentors who used to be a monk in a Hindu monastery in Hawaii for over 10 years. Some of you might know who this is, but let me just kind of walk through his framework and his definition for what willpower is. So according to him, willpower is the ability to move your awareness in your mind from one area to another. So what is awareness first? Awareness is the ball of light, a ball of light, in your mind that whatever you're aware of, that is what this ball of light is. So you can think of your mind kind of like a mansion with all these different rooms inside. And your awareness is kind of like a ball of light that can move in between these different places in areas of this mansion. So you have the kitchen, you have the master bedroom, you have the living room, you have the dining room. All these can be thought of as different areas of the mind. And then when you move to different areas with your awareness, your ball of light, you're only aware of that area of the mansion, so to speak. So if you take that concept and you want to move from the living room to the kitchen, then you're going to use your willpower in order to do that. So pretty much the willpower is your ability to move your awareness from one area of the mind to another. Move that ball of light across this vast plane, which we call the mind, and we can move it to all these different areas. The fear area of the mind, the happy area of the mind, the sad area of the mind, the vacation area of the mind, the focused area of the mind, the physics area of the mind. All these different areas of the mind are places that we can move, and we have the actual ability to move, and we can consciously decide where we want to spend time in our mind. So in order to build willpower, there are two things that I personally practice on a daily basis that will kind of build this mental muscle of what willpower actually is, so I can move my awareness to whatever area of the mind I want to go throughout the day. And as an entrepreneur, there are a lot of times where I don't want to do something, but I have to because it's going to get me to that next level and help to achieve the goal. And ultimately, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to achieve that goal, break through to an 8-figure business, and then beyond. So what are the practices? What are the two things that I'm doing on a consistent basis in order to build this willpower muscle? So the first thing is I try to finish everything I start. So a good example of this would be when I wake up in the morning. The first thing I do every day, and I've been doing this for the past probably over a year, is to make the bed. So the first thing I do every day, I wake up, get out of bed, and make the bed, and I finish it. And that's my process, the process of me finishing what I start. And each time I do this, each time I finish everything that I start, I'm building just a little bit more willpower that I can use in every other aspect of my life and in the business and in whatever I want to accomplish, right? Whether that's getting a good physique, achieving a good relationship with people around me, whatever I want to accomplish, I can use that willpower that I've built up over time through finishing what I start, finishing the process of sleep in this case by making the bed, and then I'll have that to use it, like I said, in every other area of life. Another thing that I've been doing is 75 hard. So within 75 hard, there are 5 to 10 different challenges that you have to do every single day, anywhere from 30 to 75 days straight. And a lot of these things are very difficult to do, and on a consistent basis. There's going to be times where you don't feel like doing something, and you just have to push yourself, move your awareness, and force yourself to do it despite of the feelings that are kind of going to come up in your subconscious mind, because it's something that you're just not used to doing. But over time, as you build that habit of doing this, once you've hit like the 30-day to 45 and 60-day marks, it really just starts to become second nature, where you don't even think about it. You just kind of do it because you've put in that work of building the habit in the first 30 to 60 days of the challenge. An example of something that I've found pretty difficult are cold showers. Now, this is in phase 1 of 75 hard, and every single day you have to take a 5-minute cold shower. And I just don't like doing it, but I know every time I do it and I push through that voice in my head that says, you don't want to do this. This isn't going to be fun. That is just building up a little bit more willpower that I can use in other aspects of my life to achieve goals, to achieve things I want to do. And ultimately, the things that you do on a consistent basis, you can do those through willpower, and then consistently, like over time, you're going to be able to achieve the goals through these new actions that you can develop with your willpower. So those are the 2 things that I would recommend just to start out is making your bed in the morning, finishing the whole process of sleep, and then taking that into every other little, from the most mundane of tasks throughout the day to the biggest of projects. I recommend just trying to finish what you start, holding your awareness on one thing at a time and finishing it to the best of your ability. And then if you haven't done it, if you haven't looked it up, I highly recommend looking up the 75 hard challenge. It is a great way to build willpower. It's going to suck, but over time you're going to build that mental muscle, that willpower muscle that you can use by doing these cold showers, by doing these other challenges. And that will just affect every other area of your life, your confidence in your relationships, your ability to achieve goals, your confidence in yourself, just by following through on what you say you're going to do. So those 2 strategies are ones I highly recommend. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace.